Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach, just home from work. I'm home, checked out the good old news site, saw the stories of the day. First thing that caught my eye was a story. It was I just read the headline. I didn't open the story. It was Terry Funk thinking about finally retiring. Well, we all know how that story goes. Like I said, there's no reason to even read that story. We all saw Beyond the Mat that came out well over 10 years ago. He was supposed to retire then, and I've heard countless other times when they've booked matches saying this is his retirement match, the last go around. The only way he's retiring in that match is if he drops dead in that match, and I don't think any of us really want to see that happen to Terry Funk. And he might retire and he might not wrestle for 6 months, but you know something's gonna pop up and he's gonna have to jump back in that ring because Terry Funk is who Terry Funk is, and that's what he wants to do. Another story that caught my eye was the ROH, saying that they weren't gonna let the Briscoes go and Adam Cole go to WWE. WWE showed interest and they wanted to bring him in. And I didn't really think anything about it because they said that they have contracts with ROH when they were sold. A lot of the guys had to sign deals with the company that way they wouldn't go. That was smart on ROH's plan to lock these guys up, because if they're trying to build a real wrestling company that they think can make some money, they can't have all their guys packing up their bags and taking off whenever they want to. Now, would it be cool if WWE brought these guys in? Yeah, it would. And throughout the day, and I was reading on Twitter, and I saw people post videos that I haven't had actually have a chance to watch yet, but I just saw that their titles that they're mad about this. Like, ROH should just, let these guys just, leave whenever they want to. A contract is a contract, and it works both ways. If you have a contract, the company just can't straight up dump you out of there. They have to give you the money that they owe and let you work the amount of days that you're supposed to work. If you're the guy that signs that contract, you are entitled to, work as many days as you say you're going to, or however long the contract is. You can't just, pack up and leave, whenever you get a better offer to go somewhere. Um, when I heard, well, the first thing is about Adam Cole. I hear a lot about him, and a lot of people are really high on him. I've seen him wrestle 2 times, and I've seen him maybe wrestle on one or two other shows that I own on DVD. I don't have the largest collection of ROH, and when I went to their shows last year, I was really into it, and I started watching the HDNet shows. And then even before HDNet went off the air, I guess maybe it was just the feeling that knowing they were leaving, I sort of got out of the routine of watching the show. And now that they're on, the syndicated show, I don't have a chance to watch it. I know it's only $8 to sign up for their website, but honest truth, I don't have $8 to give ROH right now. I'd much rather spend my money in other directions, and paying for preschool and paying for daycare for my kids is the number one priority, it seems like. So I don't really have enough a lot of money to throw around on wrestling as it is right now, especially the WrestleMania trip coming up as well. But the Briscoes are a team that I really, really like in ROH. I saw those guys live. I actually had a chance to meet them in the parking garage when they were loading up to leave, and they were real cool dudes, and maybe that's why. But like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of DVDs. I might have maybe close to 20 ROH DVDs, I guess you can say. But I've gone through and I haven't watched the whole shows, but I can guarantee I've watched every single match that has the Briscoes on it. I love those guys, and I think that their ROH style of wrestling is great. But the one thing I know is that WWE is going to bring these guys in, and they're not going to put them right on the main roster. They're going to send these guys down to developmental. If they got the world's greatest tag team, no, I apologize, not the world's greatest tag team. If they've got the Kings of Wrestling down there, um, and they're going to put those guys to developmental, they're going to have to take the Briscoes. And the last time the Briscoes went to WWE, they were sent to FCW as well. One thing led to another, and they had to pack their bags and leave. I don't know the whole story on that, but they went back to ROH. But I look at a team like the Usos, and I talk a lot of shit about the Usos. They're, a jobber tag team that's not going to get anywhere. They don't even have a real tag team division. You can see how much faith they have in them. Yeah, they get tag team title, matches all the time, but you can tell that they aren't, you got to give them a run with the title. WWE does it. This is a lot of times when they have real tag teams. If they don't have a whole lot of faith in them, they're not going to put the titles on them, no matter who they are. They had the Highlanders back in the day. They had Crime Time. And as far as I can remember, those guys, neither team had the tag titles. And both times when they were coming in, the tag division was real weak. They were showing those vignettes, trying to get them over before they were on TV. And they never, put the titles on them, which would have made them real. They would have, it would have got them over more than it is. So there would be, their tag division. If one day there was that story a year ago, the Triple H, it was right around SummerSlam time that they really wanted to turn this around. They were thinking about finding a way to bring in a lot of names. They threw the Kings of Wrestling around, the Briscoes. They're pretty much gonna raid ROH. It seemed like they even said beer money. But that was a long damn time ago, and they haven't brought in anybody in. It took them a long time to finally get the Kings of Wrestling from ROH. But I don't know. They don't care. And if they did get a team like the Briscoes, they're gonna water them down and switch them around. They're probably even making a fool of a joke. The money might be nice. It might be able to line their pockets a little bit better, grow a few more chickens, and recoup from all those dead chickens that died a couple months back. That I forgot how much money they said they lost, $10,000 or whatever it was. But they might be able to make that back and make some more money. But in the long run, if you're a fan of the Briscoes, I honestly, being a fan of the Briscoes, on one hand, I guess I'd want them to go and make that money and hopefully have that chance to maybe turn it around. But knowing that the PG era is here to stay and it ain't turning around no matter what the hell happens. The second The Rock leaves, they're gonna lock down and make that no cursing on TV thing stand. They're not gonna let them say this, that, and the other anymore. But just stay in ROH because they're gonna let you be the wrestlers that you are, and that's what's got you over and made you so good. Because that's really where you're gonna shine, and that might just be me, who is a fan of theirs, who's being I guess you can say biased. I'm not the biggest ROH fan, but I mean if they stay there, I know they're gonna be able to have the better matches that I'd want to see someday. So it is what it is. If you got a contract, you gotta stay. So I don't understand why so many people are mad about it.